Hello everyone, Tim here. Thanks for clicking this video. I'm glad to be back making videos. This is going to be a long one though. This is going to be a very long video. But everything is broken down with timestamps down below. Plus check that description and you can just hop around to whatever you like because we did museums, filming locations, movie hunting, retro toy hunting, conventions. The list goes on and on. There is a lot here. I'm sure there's something that interests you. So just scroll on through, watch what you want to watch the whole thing. Up to you. Completely free reign. Heck, you could leave the video and come back to it another day. It's all good. But yeah, I just kind of made this to chronicle April and I's vacation. So this is here for us to look back on and your enjoyment if you're interested. So go make some popcorn or something, sit down and enjoy the really, really long video. If you are only a haul type person though, look in the timestamps. I'm going to have a haul of everything from this trip at the end. And at the end of that will be a haul of things I've bought since you've seen me last, essentially. Catch me up, if you will. That's going to be a haul tacked on to the end of this. So if you're a haul person, I got that covered. Skip to the end. If you like all of it, watch all of it. Let's get on to the video, though. It is a very windy, balmy 20 degrees. It's chilly, but right now we are in front of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This starts day one of our pretty awesome vacation. The trip here was hell, but we're here, so join us in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and we got tons of other cool stuff planned. Such a unique building, too. We were here once before, like 12 years ago. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a 6-story pyramid of glass filled to the brim with music history. We've got rap and soul and R&B and metal and punk and pop. If you love music, this is a destination to go to, absolutely. Tickets are only $35 a person. That ain't bad. You get just an absolutely amazing destination here for music. So just listen to the music, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
What I miss, baby, I can hold it. What I miss, baby, it is broken. What I miss is gone. I had a dream and you were there. I had a dream and you were there. I woke up and you disappeared. Oh, I had a dream and you were there. You left your bird animal. You took your love and you took your hurt. And I keep it all here somewhere. I had a dream and you were there. I had a dream and you were there.
I really hope you guys enjoyed that place. It's so cool, and I only covered a little bit, but I just wanted to also kind of touch on the gift shop's pretty cool. The gift shop has quite a bit. I'm only showing a fraction of it, but again, a music fan, this is a pretty cool ass gift shop, a cool way to end your time in here. So
I hope you guys enjoyed that little glimpse inside. Music is playing the whole way through there, so of course I had to voice over with that. But yeah, that place is awesome. 6 floors. My God, is it windy? But yeah, awesome. And April, why don't you show the little thing we got? We're here in December, so we wanted to come up with something. So it's a little December ornament type thing showing it. So yeah, definitely check this place out and more places to come. So something pretty cool if you ever come this way. So right there is a science museum, and right there is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Well, if you are a football fan and you, I'm sorry to say, happen to be a Browns fan, that's the Browns stadium right there. So, you know, you could park and you could see a Browns game and go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Nice looking stadium. Good gosh, though, the temps right now and the wind, I would not want to be sitting in there watching a game. So closer to the Browns stadium because we're walking over, we have our car parked and right there. But what's kind of cool too is down in the distance, you may or may not be able to tell, but there's waves breaking because that is Lake Erie. This is all the stadium, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's all right here on Lake Erie. It's pretty cool, but good God, is it cold. Now you get to see a parking garage. We are in downtown Cleveland, and we just parked. We're heading into a place called, what? The Fifth Ave? The Arcade, yes. But we also got a House of Blues right across the street. But anyways, this arcade place, which isn't an actual arcade. It's like a classic architectural building. But it was used for the new Superman movie that is coming out, what is it, this year? So that's kind of cool. Place looked beautiful in pictures, so we'll see. So, thank you, April.
I've never considered myself an architectural nerd or anything like that, but you sometimes walk into a building and your jaw just kind of drops, and generally that comes from older buildings. They just designed them differently, made them differently, and the architecture on some older stuff is just stunning. This place is no different. Honestly, my jaw dropped. It was absolutely stunning. Super glad I went, but this was just a little bit of a stopover because next up we are going to the Christmas Story house. The actual house. So happy.
All right, this is going to be something. April had such a smile on her face. The Christmas Story house is a house, just a regular house in a residential area, and they made like a Christmas Story complex out of this. It is freaking wild. We're in the parking lot, which I'm assuming was a house that they demolished to turn into a parking lot next to it. The Bumpus house is next to us. This is so cool. Like, we're chilling in the parking lot. That's the Bumpus house. And right back there is the Christmas Story house. As you could tell, April is ready for this because Christmas Story shirt. There, like I said, there's the Bumpus house. And as the gimbal spins, there is the Christmas Story house. Oh, so neat. What's wild is, as you see, it's a residential house or a residential area, and across the street is the gift shop. And turn the gimbal again to the front of the Christmas Story house.
We are now in the Christmas Story shop, which is, I guess, a former house because this is a whole residential area otherwise. And they've just packed this place to the brims with Christmas Story. I mean, if you want it and it's Christmas Story, it's in this house. Freaking every possible size of leg lamp you can imagine. Red Ryder BB guns. I mean, again, you want it and they have it. April would have made us broke in this store if she could have had her choice. This was a really interesting part of the story because there's still some Christmas story, but there's also Christmas Vacation and Elf and just got kind of standard Christmas. It was an interesting little section of the store, so everything about this place is just a celebration of Christmas as a whole.
Alrighty, April's kind of geeking out. She just bought, she bought a sweatshirt in there that's super nice, and she cannot wait. We go in there in like 15 minutes. This is really cool and really unassuming, just randomly on a
regular residential street.
Yeah, this is
so awesome.
This is cool. So yeah, we will be in there very soon.
Right here, this is kind of the end of what the tour is, and we accidentally showed it early because this is what we looked at first. But you will be seeing the inside of the house, and let me tell you, if you are a Christmas Story fan, you absolutely should check this place out. It is something special.
Daddy's gonna kill Ralphie.
Like right there under the sink, April reenacted that from when she reenacted that as a kid. Her brother looked a lot like Ralphie. So yeah, she's always had like a special connection to this movie. Always loved this movie, and just the smile on her face. It was great. It seriously was. So any real Christmas Story fan, like a diehard Christmas Story fan, would have an absolute blast inside this house, and it's someplace you should definitely check out, especially if you're passing anywhere around Cleveland area. What's cool is you basically get a presentation to start this thing, a little bit of a talk, and then you get 15, 20, 30 minutes to just walk yourself through the house and just explore. It's so freaking awesome. I can't explain how fun it is to check out. This part's really cool because you just pick up the phone and you get to hear a classic scene from the movie.
Yes, that. Do you know where he heard it?
Probably from his father.
No, he heard it from your son.
Make sure to let me know down below if you've ever been to the Christmas Story house as well, because I'm curious if other fans got as much from it as I did. It was so good.
Babe, the holidays are such a stressful affair. Ain't got no time to take it slow.
At this point, our entire group is walking across the street to the house that is now transformed into an actual museum. And this is where they're going to have original props, original posters, artwork, stories that go with it. Also, very cool. And this is part of the same ticket. You get basically a tour of the house and the museum for the same ticket. So I feel like you get enough out of what you pay, and it's just chock full of cool stuff, behind the scenes pictures. The tour guide was great. He was very informative, told stuff that I didn't even know about the movie. So I would do it again. I would absolutely go to it again.
Phones are always ringing, why don't we put them away? I wanna only be right here. Merry Christmas, baby. Why don't we see if we can have the most wonderful night of the year?
All right, so we're back in a freezing cold car right now. Just finished up everything across the house and the museum. What'd you think?
I loved it. It was so awesome.
She had a grin on her face the entire time.
I had to reenact the scene from the movie.
Yeah, so if you love this movie at all and you're in the Cleveland area, absolutely 100% worth it. Come here. It's so freaking cool. Well worth it. But yeah, we're on to our next location. This trip has a lot going on. And just like that, I am now in Columbus, Ohio. We are at a place called Play It, and we're going to go to a Half Price Books, I think. So yeah, let's go movie shopping. You know how it is. You always got to look around and see what type of places you could find some movies at.
Play It. You will see this type of store, this company of stores, several times in this video. But this kicks off the shopping, and shopping is kind of sprinkled all throughout this entire video. I'm going vintage game shopping, movie shopping, vintage toy shopping, kind of all over the map, to be honest. But yeah, if you enjoy that type of stuff, just stick around, keep watching. Plenty of this type of content in this video, that is for damn sure. So yeah, plenty of movies, plenty of games, plenty of everything. I also saw more UMD movies in this trip than I think I see like anywhere else. As with many of these used type stores, tons of DVD, an absolute boatload of DVD. It was kind of cool seeing VHS and some cool DVD like this Bobby's World. Interesting to run across. I don't ever see Bobby's World around, but I didn't spot too much in the DVD, to be honest, though, overall. And then the Blu-ray, there was some sporadic gem type stuff, I guess. Stuff I don't see as often, but a lot of it is the standard run-of-the-mill stuff you will find store after store after store. But I am glad I found a We're the Millers again, because my copy was toast. But yeah, it's a lot of the same kind of titles, but that's okay. That's part of the fun of movie hunting, to be honest, because you'll run through, you know, a title you've seen, and then you'll run across an I Love You Philip Morris, which I like hardly ever see that one around. So it's the fun of movie hunting. You never know what the heck you'll find. Hitman's an all-time favorite game franchise, as an FYI. I love that franchise.
All right, so we are out of Play It. April next to me. Let's see. All right, yeah, we got 3 movies. They were buy 2, get 1 free, and I got a video game. So let's do the movies first, April. We got I'm Still Here, that Joaquin movie. I never saw it. This was literally, I just picked this up in the last 15 seconds of being there because it was free, and I didn't know they had buy 2, get 1. But we got Cry Macho. I mean, it's Clint Eastwood. I didn't have it. I didn't see it. It was $6. All of this was $23 total. And my copy of We're the Millers was toast for some stupid reason. I don't know. So we got a replacement copy of We're the Millers. That's not fun because I already had the movie, but whatever. And then I got Pitfall 3D. If you've been watching my channel or you know anything about me, you know I love Bruce Campbell. Guess who's the voice of Pitfall Harry?
I don't look for adventure. Sometimes it just finds me. Like when I was swinging through the South American jungle and I saw this glimmer. Yeah, a crystal. And when I grabbed it, a rift opened up.
You kind of, yeah, you're laughing about that. But yes, this is Bruce Campbell. So that is why I got that and 3 movies, $23 total. Pretty freaking good. So yeah, that's that store, and then we're gonna go check out what the half price books looks like. It could be a crapshoot, but why not look? And just as I promised, a half price books. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I've come out okay out of these stores, and sometimes I haven't. So we'll start the movie looking here in the clearance area, which we'll see if we find anything. That's pretty cool. A sealed copy of In Dreams for $3. Damn, that's actually pretty freaking good. I think we have it, though. And we do have it. Damn, that's a good price on this sealed. Blu-ray-wise, nothing else I specifically need. There's some good stuff here, though, DVD-wise, all kind of mixed in. Plus, there's a bunch of Alias. $2 for Alias first season. Volume 1, okay, but still. There's some stuff, just I'm not seeing anything I specifically need. That is a great movie, and look at that, April. $3 for the book.
I have the book signed. But...
All right, we are over to the regular stuff here, and already this one's pretty interesting. Funny Ladies, and look at the list of comedians on there for $9. We even have some oscilloscope mixed in here. Really nice grease steelbook and grease collection in good condition, too. There's actually some interesting stuff here. Like that. Interesting. Got some Kino Lorber mixed in here. How good is that movie?
This movie's great.
Yeah, definitely worth $10. One of Spielberg's best. But hands down, freaking great, and like no one talks about it. What is this one? Anne Hathaway, Jeremy Strong? I know nothing on this one at all. I already have the movies, but it's a nice Audrey collection. Actually, I feel like I might even have that exact collection, to be honest. Now I'm thinking, I think I do. I heard pretty good things on this one, but, you know, not being too much of a Western person. We even got some Phase 3 import versions of Infinity War. I gotta say, I'm actually pleasantly surprised so far looking through here and seeing some kind of different stuff and some cool stuff, even though, like, I have all these. That is a great Hitchcock set. I love when I run across stuff that I have, like, no clue. What is, I mean, I'm sure there's people that are watching that know exactly what that is. This is a Grindhouse Releasing. I don't know. No idea. It's kind of a thick boy case, too. 2 good ones, DVD right next to each other. Blow Away and Blow Out. Blow Out is way better, but Blown Away is fun. This could really use a nice 4K premium release for how iconic this movie is. It still has kind of just a standard release. I kind of would have expected 4K by now or something. Hell yeah, I will always rep that one. Does not have a Blu-ray. Super fun horror comedy from like 04 or something like that. Only on DVD. Oh, actually, it's on UMD as well, but no Blu-ray. This was a pretty damn good one. That was one of my favorites of that Oscar season. We got a great looking Dirty Dancing Steelbook, the 4K. It's a good one. There's some gems mixed around here. Already have it, but damn good movie. Ah, nice. I love these big giant Bond ones. Got some Criterion mixed in here as well. It's kind of middle area here. We got a bunch of different box sets. We got some Betty Davis there.
Or Betty Davis.
Oh, yeah, we do. We have Betty Davis all the way down the bottom, too. What is this gigantic... Oh, it comes with a pop. Okay, all right. No thanks. Freaking love this movie. And I got a Blu-ray in the past 2 years. So good. I love Snappers. Oh, that is such a great movie, too. And we follow up great with not so great. And I love disaster movies. Well, if I was looking for Westerns, they would be here. Pieces of April. Point Blank with Lee Marvin. Yeah, I have not seen that. That is a really neat addition, though, with like the see-through. That I like that. Some fun Michael J. Fox, Kino Lorber. This entire trip has been a snow day so far. I think that's about it of the movies, at least. Alrighty, we're out of half-price books. Better than I expected. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, sometimes it's been kind of duds. But, oh, light. You want to turn the lights back on? We're in a rental car. I'm learning this thing. Why don't you show what we got? So, we got this Anne Hathaway one, whatever. What is it?
Armageddon Time?
Armageddon Time. I don't know. The cast sold me. What's that one? That's that Lee Marvin one. Point Break. Point Blank. Not Point Break. Yeah. Point Blank. It's Lee Marvin. It looked cool. Yeah. We got Snow Day. We didn't own it, and it's not on Blu-ray, so why not? And then we got 2 books. Knock, 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 knock. Yeah, we got Mars Attacks and a Mary Kate and Ashley. So, okay, that is the movie shopping here. We do have to check out the Walmart right here because we need a couple of things. If they have movies, I shall show it. I don't know. I've never... Dropping the movies, jeez.
I just didn't want them to get wet.
Okay, and then I need food. I haven't eaten an actual dinner in like 2 days. But this is day one. There's a lot to still do. We've got conventions and concert and a whole bunch of aquariums, zoo. Oh my, we got so much stuff. So much. So stick around. There's a lot. Not a whole lot here to report for movies, but I had never seen whatever these wired ways to house and protect the movies from theft. I've never seen that. I'm curious, do other Walmarts have that? Because I've never, in my area, seen anything like that. That was interesting, at least enough to show on video. Otherwise, steelbooks, nothing to really write home about. Same thing with really most of the movies, which is kind of par for the course for Walmart, to be honest. Though they did have the A24 titles, which, that's kind of neat. Okay, we are now in day 2. April, you excited where we're going?
I am very excited.
We're going to a place called the Book Loft, which, obviously, it's a bookstore, Book Loft. It's one of the best, honestly, probably this half of the country. Like, it is insane. If you're a book person at all, watch along. Otherwise, skip to the next part. There's more to come. Here is the Book Loft, and it is 32 rooms full of books. Look how nice the walkway is here with all of the Christmas decorations going along the side. This is nice, and it leads right up to a side entrance. You either like books or you don't, but this bookstore is absolutely incredible if you do like books.
I don't wanna see the way you fall apart. Even though you told me take it back your heart, I still spin inside your orbit. Yeah. You say that I should probably start to walk away. I'm hoping that you stop and make me have to stay, 'cause I'm floating in your orbit. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. Just my luck, push me away. You understand, there's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand. Come on, name, you understand, I wanna say. still spin inside your orbit. Yeah. You say that I should probably start to walk away. I'm hoping that you stop and make me have to stay. Cause I'm floating in your orbit. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. Just my luck, push me away. You understand, there's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand. Come on, life, you understand, I wanna
All right, we are out of there. We only got 2 books, one for us, one for Jess at home, and yeah, you could spend hours in there.
Definitely could spend hours.
But we've got other places to go, including a convention today,
Yeah.
which very excited on that. So we're just doing what we can until the convention starts at 2 p.m.
2 p.m.
Yep. So yeah, lots more. All right, and quite possibly one of the smallest parking lots ever, but another place right now called Play It. I've been in a prior Play It. It was good. They've got movies. I'm going to see what this one has. I'm going to let a lot of the footage do the talking with this one. Just going to let the music play for the most part. This one was fantastic. This Play It was just absolutely phenomenal. Amazing selection on everything.
Take the sun landing on, and this voice in my head. My mind commands my mouth to count the creaks in your bed. I heard every word you said to him when the sun died.
These copies were kind of interesting. They weren't bootlegs. I don't know if they're like former library copies just out of the steelbooks. I'm not really sure.
As your mouth commands your mind to see what I've consumed, you should forget yourself. Please don't forget that eyes remember everything. Images and lies of kings bleeding now.
If you guys enjoyed that song, that's by a band called Young Fox. I'm not going to end up monetizing this video. I don't really care, to be honest. So then I was like, you know what? I'm going to put a song in that I like, because why not? So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the store, because the store is, like I said, it's pretty freaking great. There was just so much in here. I knew I couldn't realistically just keep talking on this store for like 3 minutes. The footage kind of, to me, just speaks for itself, to be honest. I could have spent a lot more in here than we actually did. I think we walked out spending like, I don't know, I want to say like $80 or something like that, which is pretty reasonable considering just how much was in here that I really wanted to walk out with. Like, look at all of these UMD movies. I brought it up in a past play it, but like, UMDs, I don't see enough of them around. So to kind of walk out with a handful of cool stuff. That Buffy game is freaking awesome. Fantastic game. Hopefully you guys don't mind seeing some of the game footage. Also, freaking 4Ks. I ran across this later. Didn't even know there was a whole other section of 4Ks in here. It's just, there just kept being more and more and more the more I looked. Army of Darkness on freaking HD DVD. Is that the more I looked, the more I found. I wish the store was closer to me. This would be a pretty regular store if it was. Alrighty, April. So, what'd you think of that Play It?
It was really big and really cool.
Yeah, it was really big and really cool. Yeah, very good. Lots of stuff. So, we'll go through the movies first. I enjoyed looking through the games as well, but what did we grab for movies? We'll start with UMDs, which I like collecting UMDs, so they had some cool ones. I try to pick them up when I can, but...
We got Red Eye.
Heck yeah, Red Eye is freaking great.
We got Chronicles of Narnia.
Which I may or may not be doing something kind of cool with that. We'll see.
And we got Zathura.
Which Zathura is a lot of fun. So 3 cool UMDs, good prices. We got 2 HD DVDs with a copy of Army of Darkness, which of course I need that. And Cat People. And then we've got 3 Blu-ray, which...
We have...
What is that one?
London Boulevard.
Yeah, it's Colin Farrell. Well, looked interesting.
And we got Hands of Stone.
I remember when that came to theater. Don't know anything on it, but okay.
And we got the Digibook of North by Northwest.
Which, hell yes, North by Northwest is freaking great. And then I picked up one video game. I've had a lot of consoles. The original Xbox is, I think, my most nostalgic for me. My dad and I picked that thing up on release day in Circuit City with a pile of them sitting there. And that's the console that him and I played the most together, and I feel like that's the console I probably spent the most overall time on. So I love the original Xbox. Love that console. So, yeah, I remember having Starsky when it came out. I'm going to play it some more. But we're going to go to a couple other stores, and then we have GalaxyCon Columbus in, like, under 2 hours. And we're going to meet people. This is a fun trip.
It's very fun.
Smallest toy store ever. This place is going to be a really cool one to see, but it is so incredibly tight, but absolutely just chock full of vintage toys. It is a really cool store, but again, oh my god, is it tight in here.
It's time, say what we've always tried. You need someone, I'll be someone to you. 'Cause I'm still standing here for us, still trying, don't give up. You're everything that I can't stand to live without. I'm still standing here for us, still trying, don't give up. You're like a poem that I've heard but don't understand. Distance is thieving, don't want to believing that I don't love you the same. And when you first arrived, I saw your tears begin to hide, but it's all.
Alrighty, I am out of Big Fun Toy Store. Very tight in there. Very tight. I didn't capture everything because it is just, you're in somebody's way at all times. That doesn't distract from the fact, though, that they had a lot of stuff in there. And I got a Street Shark. I got a vintage Street Shark. Hell yeah. Street Sharks bring so much memory, so I could not resist. I got him. I wanted a Street Shark. I will buy more Street Sharks. So I'm happy. And now I think we're just going to grab some food and go to the con and meet some actors. And I don't know what else. All right, we are now at GalaxyCon. This is very her because she's meeting like most of the Psych cast. Like a good chunk of the Psych cast.
6 of them.
Yeah. So we're about ready to head in line and see how this con is. This is, without a doubt, one of the most disorganized cons I have ever been to. It is, there's no semblance of lines or anything. Doors should be open. I don't understand it. This is incredibly frustrating, is it not, April?
Yeah, the doors were supposed to be open like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm not understanding what's going on here whatsoever.
They sent us away from one line to come to a group.
Yeah, I don't know.
People that aren't in a line, I don't.
Right now, GalaxyCon is looking like a one and done for us. I'm not impressed right now. And we've been to many, many cons.
Yeah.
Well, we're about 20 minutes late, but finally going in some mob fashion. I don't know. All right, so we're in, and we will be coming back to the floor, but the focus is to find Hall D first, because that's where we're going to be meeting quite a bit of the people, and then we're going to check out this whole show floor. All right, we got open floor now to figure out what the hell we're doing, where Hall D is. Ooh, I see a thing that says celebrities back there. That should be where we're going. All right, so yeah, we have the wrestlers, their table set up right across here. So yeah, we're in the ballpark area. So luckily for us, this whole area, that's going to be where April's going to get a lot of her Psych people. And a guy from Ghosts. She likes to show Ghosts. We got the line for Weird Al is already starting to build. We've got Martin Cove. We've got Peyton List. So this is a big chunk of popular people in this area. But it's Friday. A lot of people aren't even here yet or just kind of getting set up. Over there, we've got Ernie Hudson's line is starting. He's not here yet. Gina Carano. We got Jamie Campbell-Bower, Danny Trejo. So, you know, a lot of people getting set up, but nobody out yet. Down at the end here, we even have Charles Marmot. Yeah, Marnette. There you go. I can't pronounce names worth a damn. But that's Mario. So that's awesome. And over on this side, we got Zachary Levi right there, his area. Ooh, Kimberly J. Brown. So right here we've got, going along right there, Halloween Town. Freaking love Halloween Town.
and then continues down. We got more wrestlers over there. Trish Stratus, Lita. So yeah, there's a fair amount of wrestlers here. Some pretty big wrestler names along this line, though. That's for sure. So yeah, anyone that's a wrestler, look at these though. You got Jake the Snake even. Not here yet, but still, Jake the Snake. Even in this area, we've got legends like Nick Castle's right over there signing, Zach Galligan, Michael Jai White. So we've got some kind of legends over this area. Okay, well, he wasn't on the plan. We met Nick Castle because it's Nick Castle. Why not? So show the auto. Let me show the auto then.
Yeah, I don't have to.
There we go. To Tim, Nick Castle. That is so cool. And then show the picture. We got a picture with him. That is so cool. $60 auto and picture is pretty good. So onward. But hell yeah, Nick Castle. Thomas Lennon is just absolutely amazing. I wanna meet him soon.
Sometime.
He's
at like all the cons.
he's awesome. I should have mentioned as well. That's Hayden Christensen behind that whole thing there. Corbin is in, so we're gonna grab him twice. All right, April's showing off. This is the item for Psych that we're gonna be getting, and there is Corbin Burns, and he was so freaking nice, right, April?
He was so nice.
He was great. So when the other cast members come in, we'll get them in there, and I got a Topps Major League card signed by him. I've been getting it back into card collecting. This is freaking awesome. So I'm pumped. I got Major League, she got Psych, and we're gonna get more people once they show up. But I do have to show you guys the con floor as well. All right, so we just got out of 2 autograph lines. The one took a little bit. We went deep cuts here, you're gonna see. So the same Psych that we got Corbin on, we got Ernie Hudson. So Ernie is right over there. Everyone's getting Ghostbusters, and we got that because he was actually Gus's dad in an episode. A good episode, too. And Barry Bostwick. He didn't even remember being in it, and he was in the musical movie. So, yeah, very, very deep cuts. So I love it. We're going to add more people. We're just going to keep filling this up with like guest stars and everything. Anthony Michael Hall we can get. Molly Ringwald, yeah, Rachel A. Cook. So many great people were in this show as guest stars. All right, so we're still waiting on the rest of the Psych, pretty much the Psych cast to come. So we're going to walk the show floor a little bit, get a lay of the land here. So we're going to have the actual comic artists along here, and we're going to make it to the exhibitors with the actual like shopping and whatnot. So we didn't realize we should have looked. The rest of the people we were waiting on, we thought they just didn't come out yet. They're Saturday, Sunday, not Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we already have enough going tomorrow. We're gonna lump them in with everything. Tomorrow will be a day. We got our work cut out for us tomorrow. Tomorrow morning we are going to the Shawshank Redemption Prison. So that's the morning, and then we're gonna get our butts here and finish the day at the con and get everyone we can.
Yeah, and then we have a podcast live event afterwards. So.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. All right, so we're gonna make our way through some of the vendors, kind of, like I said, get a lay of the land, see what's around. Most of our money is kind of for the autographs, so we probably won't do too much in the way of shopping, but I'm not saying we might not get something. Yeah. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. That's where Punisher came from. This is very much so my type of area. This is cool. Oh, wow. Look at that. Got a PSA graded slab mixed in there. That's actually a pretty cool utilization, a way to mat it. I love this type of stuff, though. I love these. None of my autograph displays are anything as elaborate and pretty as these are. Like, that Natalie Dormer is a really great matte job. Like, that looks great. So does this Nev Campbell and Denise Richards from Wild Things. These are nice. These are really nice. Oh, these are pretty cool. We got System of a Down records right here signed. And inside we're gonna have even more. These are matted really well. Ooh. That's pretty cool. Again, I dig how it's the graded comic mixed in there. That's a pretty cool way to do it. Angelina Jolie from Gone in 60 Seconds. I freaking love Gone in 60 Seconds. Out of all the movies, I would get her on that, and that's so cool. Like, damn, I like that. I like that a lot. We've got some Taylor Swift, some Ghost. That's awesome, but I actually really want that. Aubrey from freaking Parks and Rec. I love that. Look at this whole Ghostbusters setup. This is so cool. Oh, look at that giant Stay Puft. I always struggle when I'm trying to find my way around the con. Where am I going? Trying to find a semblance of something. Sorry, April, I just ran into you. Cons never have a shortage of swords and whatnot. Damn, these are freaking beautiful. Oh, look at these, April. Yeah, that is. Look at the How to Train Your Dragon. The freaking purse game and backpack game. Oh my God. The Michael Myers. Oh yeah, Jess would love that. Posters. You guys know I love posters, but I love originals more. Those are cool. I'm not debating, but I would rather an original if I can. Oh, wow. That Magic Carp is so cool. Ooh, vintage toys and whatnot. I do like that type of stuff. Lots of Pokemon cards. Look at, oh, wow. Yeah, there's some cool stuff here. We've got ourselves another weapons armory here. These things are always really cool though. They like 3D print them and paint them. Very cool. If I knew what half of these were from, but I like the look of them. Look at those. You know, Jess should really be here though, because she would really, yeah, she would love them. Look at the plush. Look at the cute little Eevee, Pikachu. We got Kirby. Plush is coming back. Actually, Plush is back. Oh my God. Buffy. Wow. Wow. Holy cow. That is amazing. So we've got art here, and a lot of art and things like that go that direction. And I just ran into April. All right, so we're gonna make a right and go down here. Well, if you want shirts, they got you covered. There is a couple of shirts here. We got
It's a bad guy standout.
We got to stare down here between Michael Myers and Leatherface. Well, we've got Funko Pops. Lots of Funko Pops. No shortage of Pokemon at all. Eevee is a hugely popular character, so that's cool. Jurassic World mystery box on top of SpongeBob. We got some Bob's Burgers, lots of these. These are at pretty much every con in existence, these mystery boxes. Back to more Pops, and we're going forward. More plush. We've got jewelry, which custom jewelry is always kind of part of cons. You're always going to run across that stuff. It's not that it's not cool, just not what I'm looking for necessarily. But yeah, we don't have we got a decent amount more, I guess, to look down. Keep making our way through. I love the minimalistic look. That's beautiful. We got more plush. And what, magnets down there? More plush. I feel like I'm seeing variations of the same stuff over and over, but it's all good. And we got more Pops over to the left. Look at all of the Pops. Holy cow. Ooh, there's some signed ones though. Look at those. That's really neat. I like the Gengar one a lot. What you thinking so far, April?
There's a lot of really cool vendors out here.
Yeah, there is. There is. I'm enjoying it, but I am getting hungry. Well, we got what, pins? Pins or keychains? Keychains, that's what we got, keychains here. What's a Comic-Con without a bunch of comics? Even though Comic-Cons have gotten kind of away from comic culture as a whole, they're still represented. And then I think we're about getting to the end. This is second to last row so far. I see some Halloween, I see some Child's Play, so some cool stuff still down here. We were just at the house, so that's pretty cool to see. These are type of vendors I like a lot, though. They have a lot of, it's not just games, but yeah, ooh, oh my gosh. Long box Twisted Metal.
Wow.
Wow, you don't see that very often at all. That's pretty sick. Talk about rarity. That thing is incredibly rare. Oh my god, Rule of Rose as well. There is some crazy rare ones. Fatal Frame. Yeah, there's money there. Wow, there's even a copy of Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut, also very rare. Got another vendor with posters here. Looks like a lot of reprint stuff, but there might be some original mixed in. I'd have to look. I think that's it for today at this con. Well, we're coming back to this con tomorrow. Like I said, Shawshank Redemption Prison, then here. But we're gonna head out for the rest of tonight, get some food, and who knows where else we might stop. We'll see. This was a random little stop after the con, some little game store. The selection of movies was, there was not a whole lot. It was a lot of kind of the same titles I find everywhere. I did run across the occasional, like, oh, that's different, but a lot of the same type of stuff. Man, this was a hodgepodge of a night, I'll tell you. We just kind of hit up random places like this random Goodwill that actually had titles, and holy crap, I'm watching this back now and saw that they had an import copy of Lock there. I probably would have grabbed that, to be honest. I just saw that while watching this back. Oh well, it happens. But yeah, the Goodwills were actually okay in this area. Better than my Goodwills, at least. My Goodwills are freaking awful. Our Salvation Armies are better here. Goodwills, ugh. Video game stores often have movies that Warp Zone not, but this Video Game Express did. They actually had a pretty solid video game selection, and the back wall movies. I didn't walk out of this here with anything, but it was pretty decent. They actually even had Laserdisc and stuff. Not a bad little store, to be honest. Alrighty, we're now in day 3, in the hotel room, just about ready to head out. We're going to head to a couple of stores. We're going to look for some movies and whatnot. And then 12 o'clock, we're going to the Shawshank Prison. The website says no recording. I'm going to see how much I get, if any. I'm going to try. Otherwise, I'll have pictures at minimum. But, yeah. And then back to GalaxyCon again. So this is going to be a packed day.
Kept on walking. I'm going deaf from the sound of the freeway. The last time I saw you, you turned away. I couldn't hear with your voice ringing in my ears. Do you remember where we used to sleep at night? I couldn't feel you, you're always so far away. I saw you, you turned away. I couldn't see you with the smoke getting in my eyes. I said hello, but you kept on walking. I'm going deaf from the sound of the danger. The first time I saw you, you turned away. I couldn't hear with the noise ringing in my ears. Do you remember slow, but you'll keep on walking.
The next time you see me, I'll turn away.
Alright, this store is Operation Fandom / Blackbird Records, and I swear if I was going to make a store, this store is damn close to the type of store I would want. We had new toys, vintage toys, cards, autographs, records, video games. I mean, it was damn near a perfect Tim store. There was no movies, but past that, I mean, this is very me. A lot about this store is very me. I had a blast in here, one of the most memorable stores we stopped in over this trip, and absolutely one I would stop back in if I'm in that area again.
To you, however long it takes, I'll make it back to you. However long it takes, I'll make it back to you. However long it takes, however long it takes, however long it takes, I'll make it back to you. However long it takes, however long it takes.
One step, I make an imprint. 2 steps, it's commitment. 3 steps, I'm not done yet. Draw my other leg up, and the pace is set. And the pace is set.
Gotta believe in what's real. You gotta go with what
I was super surprised and happy, though, to see the cards. It felt like the more I looked, there just kept being more and more stuff. We didn't see the cards at first, and I was super happy to run across them. This is another pretty cool toy store. I didn't get to grab a whole lot of footage in here. We were so pressed for time. We were like almost needing to be at the prison.
Alright, we just pulled up to the prison for Shawshank Redemption. Gonna head in to do the tour right now. They say something about no video or anything. I'm gonna see what I can get. But yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Look forward to this.
Yeah.
All right, Shawshank Prison. So this is a tour we had broken up into two parts. Well, it's one tour, but it's called Hollywood and History. And they do a whole bunch of diving into the actual legitimate use of this reformatory and then into an actual like maximum security prison. You learn a whole ton of the real history and you see a ton on the actual movie side of things too, as a filming location, not just for Shawshank, but Air Force One, Judas and the Black Messiah, a bunch of different movies. During the tour, I did some filming, which is stuff you're seeing now, was just kind of during the tour. And then after the tour is over, they kind of let you loose, and you can just go walk around the prison. And that's where I grabbed a lot more of the Shawshank stuff, because you don't get time to really stop and grab much footage during that. And I want to actually like watch and listen to the tour. So well worth it though, absolutely worth it. I had a good time. I was very cold. The prison was very, 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 very cold, but I had a really good time there. So we are now kind of finishing up towards the back end of this. Again, this tour was just such a great time, well worth it. Just being in some of these spots. Like, right here is the filming location for when Brooks hung himself. Brooks was here. That whole piece going across the top is not the original. They did a replica of it, but they did have the actual original piece there, which is cool. And then, of course, you know, you have to end with a gift shop because that's kind of how all of these type of places end. But it was a cool gift shop and, like I said, an amazing tour.
Damn, that tour is fantastic. We did the guided tour, so it was about an hour and a half. Didn't take much video and footage or video and pictures during it because it's all just, it's quick, a lot of information, great, well worth it. And then afterward, they kind of let you loose, and I grabbed video and whatnot after that, which is the videos that you saw. Absolutely worth it. April.
I recommend the guided tour if you're going to do this because you learn so much, and I don't think you'd get the same experience doing the self-guided only.
No, there's little signs all around telling you stuff, but they're not telling you what the guided tour person is telling you. It's just a different experience. Worth it.
Definitely worth it.
Yeah, worth it. I don't know the cost.
It was for 40 some bucks. It wasn't much. It wasn't that much expensive, so
worth it. I had a blast. So we're off to GalaxyCon. We're gonna be there for the second part of today. Get who else we can for the autographs, and then we got a psych panel, which I don't know if it's actually them recording the podcast or what it is, but yeah, we've got more to do. I imagine you're watching this like, oh my God, and we're only on the third day. We didn't even get to Atlanta yet. We're going to Atlanta, by the way. Oh, we're going to Pittsburgh, actually, then Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots to do.
Yeah. All right, so I'm now in GalaxyCon. I let April get out so that I can just go park the car and she can get in here. We don't have a whole lot of time to work with. It's way busier, which is expected. It's Saturday. This whole area yesterday was like empty, and it's packed now. There's huge lines, and I don't know who these lines are for, but holy shit, they are enormous. So yeah, interesting. This is my first time to this con, though. Like I said yesterday, this weekend is our first time, and yeah, I mean, long lines are expected, but yeah, hopefully that's not what we need. I'm thinking that's Ewan McGregor, though, because I see some Star Wars stuff. So we are not getting Ewan, so that's okay. And this is the area April should be somewhere in here because this is the psych people. So she's somewhere in here. She said she just got somebody. Let's find an April. And I have now found an April. Interesting situation here. I haven't run across this yet, but I pre-buy autographs when I can. And George Takei, his line is capped. I paid for an autograph. I'm not really sure what's going on. Okay, so we are now done with autographs for the day. There wasn't much to show during that process because it's a lot of waiting in lines. But I can show you what we got so far. So April has completed this for today at least. We got the, up there, those are actual psych people. But then there's George Takei because he was a guest star in an episode. You know, you already saw Ernie being a guest star. We got more of the actual cast members. And another guest star. So, we got lots of work to do on it, but I think it looks awesome. You're happy, right?
I'm very happy. Very, very happy.
On the me side of things, I got this signed right here, a PSP version of Chronicles of Narnia by freaking Chris Parnell. If you've seen Lazy Sunday, you know. If you know, you know. This is actually probably one of my favorite signed items I've gotten so far. This is so badass. I love Lazy Sunday. I love, SNL, Lonely Island, everything. So this is amazing to me. Okay, so I have to go to the Zobi booth somewhere in here. We were at it yesterday. And then we're going to eat. And then we have a psych podcast recording. It's their podcast, but, done here. So
Yeah, it's the day is getting there, but we'll record a little bit of what goes on in that Psych podcast as well. All right, so this is one of the other things I picked up at the right here, an Angelina Jolie autographed 8x10. This is from Zobi that was selling it, but it's JSA authenticated. But it's from freaking Gone in 60 Seconds. Guys, I love Gone in 60 Seconds. When I saw that, I'm like, that has to come home with me. So I bought it. It's beautifully framed. Great picture for one of my favorite movies. April was kind of back and forth, but do you like it?
It's nice.
It's nice. So this is now for a live podcast recording for The Psychologists Are In. I've never done a live podcast recording. I kind of knew what I was in for, but also kind of didn't at the same time. I've never listened to a single episode of this podcast before either. This is because of April. I like Psych. She loves Psych. Enough that we got tickets to go to a freaking PsychCon in Philly in April now with these same people and a whole bunch more. But that's a whole other story. But this is pretty cool, though. All right, we're walking and talking here.
Yeah.
But April, you like it?
I did. It was really good.
Yeah, so it's basically one of those, tons of podcasts like it, recapping an entire episode. That's what this was. It was a recapping of an episode for Psych, because that's what the podcast is. April loves Psych.
I do love Psych.
So that's about it. So tomorrow we will be in Pittsburgh for Steel City Con. So yet another con. Okay, so down there, right past that hotel, is the convention center. We've arrived for Steel City Con. I'm going to show you what we brought. Well, you'll see most of it after, but I am disappointed 2 people canceled. So we did bring this with us. That is Mary Louise Parker. That's a picture. It came in a frame. That's actually a real prop from the set of the show Weeds. But she canceled, so we're not getting that signed. And that is a Wrath of Becky signed by Lulu Wilson that I was planning to add Sean William Scott to somewhere in there, and he canceled. So all we are getting today is Bryce Dallas Howard. But yeah, I'll take whatever footage I can inside, and we'll kind of go from there. Today might not have a whole lot of footage. We will see. We're in frickin' Pittsburgh now. Like, how wild is that we started this in Cleveland, we're in Columbus, now we're in Pittsburgh. But yeah, Steel City Con, I've been to it before. It's a really good con, but we had 3 people we were going for and 2 canceled, so we end up really just having tickets for 1 person, which that was kind of a bummer, but it is what it is, to be honest. At least the 1 person, Bryce Dallas Howard, was absolutely fantastic. One of the best guests I have ever met at a con. So I would recommend her all day, every day. She was absolutely wonderful.
You shine while you're falling down. I know of this game, and I know there's no easy way out. Carrying away with no hope in surrender. I know there's a way. There's just seconds to save her. Captivating her innocence before it slips away. Endless tears under shaded skies. Are the angels weeping eyes to the silence? Her heartbeat is slowing down. I know of the feelings. I know there's
All right, we are out of Steel City Con. Didn't spend a lot of time, don't have a lot of footage. We knew this was going to be almost a quick in and out. As I mentioned in that, before going in, Sean William Scott and,
Mary Louise Parker.
yeah, Mary Louise Parker, geez, I forgot her name for a sec, both canceled for this one. So all we had was Bryce Dallas Howard, but she did not disappoint. She was
So nice.
freaking awesome. So I'm gonna, well, you can kind of see the item right now, but we brought the backpack from Argyle. We liked Argyle.
It
and
was fun.
we were like the only people, I guess, that brought anything Argyle. She loved it. We talked with her and her husband, and the handler even gave us an extra autograph out of it, and we got the selfie as well. Right here is our extra autograph. This one is, actually to Tim and April, which is awesome, but he threw that in because we had the backpack, which that's super cool of him. And
Yeah. We talked to Argyle for a couple minutes, and
yeah.
he was very happy that we brought Argyle.
So she was absolutely freaking wonderful. Right here is our picture with her, along with some pictures during the signing, because they go all out. They took pictures as your stuff's getting signed, plus, like I said, the picture with her. Worth it. Absolutely worth it. But now we are getting on the road to Atlanta. I have to go down there for work. We're going to fit in some stuff together around the work stuff. But yeah, heading down that way, and I'm pretty excited. There's good stuff going on down there.
There is.
You ready?
I am ready.
She's ready for Tourist Tuesday.
Touristy Tuesday.
But yeah, we're heading to our hotel. We're going to be on the road for hours and hours. If we have time to make one other stop, I'll throw something else in for this day. But otherwise, this day doesn't have a whole lot of footage. So maybe the end of day 4. So we'll see. Alrighty, it's exactly like I thought. We didn't end up making any other stores. It's a Sunday. Most places close too early. So we are in Charlotte, North Carolina right now. It's our little bit of a stopover before finishing the drive to Atlanta tomorrow morning. Not bad though, considering we woke up in Columbus, drove to Pittsburgh to do a con to meet Bryce, and drove to Charlotte all on the same day. So long day. But tomorrow is some attractions and fun stuff. I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to stores. We're doing stuff. We've got like this long list of places we want to go. So it's just kind of which ones we doing tomorrow. I'm not sure. I guess you'll see. But that is the end of, day 4, April? Is it 4?
Day 4, yeah.
Day 4. So tomorrow is day 5. Well, traffic was not fun, but we've made it now to Atlanta. We are at the Georgia Aquarium, and we're going to do World of Coke. We made some slight changes from what tomorrow will be, so we're doing some of this stuff today.
Yes.
Yeah, our plans got...
Changed up some.
Yeah,
but
slightly
it's okay.
changed. So, yeah, I'm just going to get some footage in these places, and I think we're going to go to a couple of places that have movies. We shall see. But I'm getting the heck out of this parking garage now.
Yes.
So, you either like sea creatures or you don't. This is a large chunk of the video. This is, I think, 20 minutes of aquarium footage because we enjoyed this aquarium that freaking much. I've been in a chunk of aquariums, like, in different places I've been. Best aquarium, hands freaking down. Best aquarium I have been in. The viewing angles everywhere are fantastic. The variety of animals is fantastic. I mean, I've never been in one near this good. So we took a lot of footage inside this. Heck, coming up shortly is going to be a good chunk of a dolphin show, which was one of the best dolphin shows I've seen. So I loved this aquarium. I'm going back to Atlanta at any point. I'm going to this freaking aquarium, no doubt.
Are you going to get absolutely soaking wet?
I've had a lot of different music in this video, rock music and stuff like that, but hopefully you guys are enjoying the calm, underwater-ish type relaxing music, because these animals deserve that type of music instead of rock music. I hope you guys enjoyed the aquarium. If you didn't, I'm sorry. We recorded so much. I loved the place. But now it is going to be time for the world of Coke. I'm a Pepsi person, but I do like Coke, and this world of Coke was so just awesome to go through. It was more of a, the world of Coke advertising, essentially. But at the end of this thing, they had a full-on tasting room where you're tasting Coke products from around the entire world. And being the big soda person I am, I had so much fun. Great flavors in there, absolutely horrible flavors in there. It was so good. I wish I had a world of Coke closer to me. Coca-Cola definitely has the merchandising game down way better than Pepsi. That's for sure. I mean, there's people out there that collect just Coke products, so this gift shop was freaking insane. Just Coke products galore from around the globe. Really crazy. We were looking for the right item, and luckily we finally did find the right item by getting pretty much like a custom can of Coke. I thought that was kind of neat. You just use these machines and you put in what you want, and they like etch it onto the can. I thought that was pretty cool. Absolutely no shortage of movie hunting on this trip. I said I was going to go movie hunting, and by gone it, we went movie hunting. We went everywhere we could possibly find within our vicinities, every area, looking for movies. And I'd say we came away pretty well as a whole in the end. And the Half Price Books locations actually shocked me, because I've been in Half Price Books before, and generally Half Price Books is a letdown. But we did pretty okay, I'd say, at all the different locations we went to. We walked out of Half Price Books. It started out a little looking at the Blu-ray, a lot of repeats of common titles, but the seasons came through.
The seasons came through flying colors.
Show what we got, because it's all seasons.
Okay. We got this.
That one we don't know what it is. It's $3.99.
It was only $3.99.
We're curious. When we run across stuff that we never even heard of, we get kind of curious.
We got the last season of Bones that we need, season 11.
Completed on the show now.
Complete now.
So we're good. The next one shocked me, and I'm thrilled.
We got season 6 of Mythbusters.
We don't run across seasons of Mythbusters
Only
very
had
much.
1 and 2, and then a bunch of random collections before.
Yeah, so that's amazing.
And then season 5 of Mythbusters.
Yeah, I'm thrilled. I love Mythbusters. I can't believe we found 2 complete seasons of it.
And this was a surprise I didn't know existed. We got the Wonder Years complete with a yearbook.
Yeah,
I didn't know they had a yearbook for that.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that type of version for the complete series, and we didn't have any of the Wonder Years. So
for $25 for the whole
is a bargain.
Yeah.
So thank you, Half Price Books. You came through. You came through. Very happy with that. And on to the next place. So I know I previously mentioned Fandom as possibly being like the winner of the trip store-wise, but this Second Chance Toys, if it was challenging with anything, it's this store. This store was holy crap amazing. If you like vintage toys, it specialized in one thing, vintage toys, and that's it. There was no fluff of anything else, but if you want vintage toys, man, the selection. Growing up throughout the 90s,
they had so many of the weird oddball toy lines that kind of came and went. They had tons of Ghostbusters, like you're seeing. There was tons of Jurassic Park. And like I said, with the oddball stuff, like they had food fighters there. All types of like just wild stuff. If I was looking for it, it felt like they had it. If we were further along in our trip, like closer to being done, I probably would have spent more in this store. But we couldn't go blowing a whole bunch of money in here and then, be broke the last little bit of the trip. So we came away with something. I'm happy, but oh my god, this store. I hope if you dig nostalgia or vintage toys at all, you enjoyed seeing some footage of this place, because I loved it so much. I had so much fun in here. Why don't we have places like this around home? My goodness. I mean, that would probably not be very good for the wallet, but it was just so damn good and so unassuming in this little tiny shopping strip that it was in. Oh my god.
All right, we are out of Second Chance Toys in Marietta, Georgia. Damn. What'd you think?
It was fantastic. I wish we had more money to spend.
If this was later in the trip and we had more available funds, we would have bought more. There was so much nostalgia in there. It was incredible. But we picked up a few things. So if you want to show.
We got Asher from the Small Soldiers with all the accessories.
Well, that's awesome, because you wouldn't normally see that complete. It means a kid played with that and held on to everything. So that is super cool. 55 for him. And then the next two are boxed. We've got
a boxed Red Ranger, Jason.
Look at
Mighty
that.
Morphin Power Rangers.
That's awesome.
And to go with that, we got one of the evil space aliens.
Look, it's so cool. They were boxed, well priced. We both grew up loving Power Rangers, so these are really cool. We're gonna have to set up like a retro toy area. You know, we don't have a whole ton of retro toys,
but we're starting to get back into it.
Yeah. So that store was incredible. I imagine if you watched all the footage of that, you probably saw stuff that like, oh my god. But in there, I was struggling. The Jurassic Park, there was that Viewmaster for the Lost World. Almost got it.
It was so cool, too.
There was Captain Planet. There was Space Jam. If I had more money, guys, Space Jam, I watched that movie so many times. I loved Looney Tunes.
There was a freaking Home Alone 2
There was a Home Alone 2 Talk Boy. I just loved that store so much.
So good.
Yeah, we have a retro toy store in our area, but it doesn't have the amount of retro toys that this place does.
Yes.
This was just this place hardly dabbled in anything new. This was all old stuff. It was great.
It was awesome.
So, yes, if you like retro toys or the stuff interests you and you're in Marietta, Georgia area, worth it, absolutely.
Yeah.
What a rainy, blah day. It's going to make the zoo interesting, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Cards HQ. This place is actually owned by a YouTuber. He's a big card YouTuber, has a channel like Sports Card Investor or something. He has like a couple of channels, but yeah, this store actually belonged to him. The selection was unreal. I show you way more in like the Pokemon and stuff. I don't dive into the sports card side too much, purely because there was a lot of people around it, and I'm trying not to, get everyone else in the video. Especially, they actually had the guy that owns the channel was there with his people, like preparing to film another video, and I'm not trying to get all up in that business, and I'm just trying to shop around and look. But I love this place. I've been enjoying getting it back into cards. I've been heavily enjoying it, to be honest. So this is a very cool store, and again, something I wish I had around me.
Anyways, we got out of Cards HQ, and guys, I struggled in there. A lot of you guys watching might not be card collectors or anything like that. I get it. But you get a lot of cool like autographs and stuff like that on cards. I had initially a Rodney Mullen signed card that came from the Allen and Ginter box off to the side, and I was going to buy it. It was $190. I grew up as a skateboard kid. Rodney Mullen was like one of my favorites. Him and Daewon Song. I love that freestyle of skating. Rodney Mullen is a pioneer in ways that Tony Hawk is, and Tony Hawk gets more of the credit.
But, yeah, I wanted that card so bad, but I ended up leaving it behind. I'll probably end up buying a graded one on eBay or something like that, because we got something different. This was not there yesterday. It was here today. Show this off, April. Look at this. So, put it up closer. Go further up. Up. There you go. That is John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. They're cut autos from a thing called the bar, which there's a little bar up in the corner that's actually silver. And Beckett Authenticated. You want to show the back? This is a 1 of 1. This is the only one in existence like this. Holy shit. Wasn't cheap, as you saw in the corner. We used a pay in 4 to make it a little easier.
Yeah. It's so cool, though.
It is incredible. I mean, obviously, Olivia Newton-John has passed. Freaking John Travolta is a legend. I wanted to come away with that. Like, that's incredible. Grease is an amazing movie, and, I mean, that's awesome.
It's awesome, yeah.
So that is going to get prominently displayed at the house. We came in looking at cards and sports cards. I also saw a really cool CJ Stroud I wanted, graded card, but left that behind too. But we got a really cool item. So on to the next place. The weather is not improving, sadly, and we're supposed to go to the zoo. Ugh. This next store, even though it doesn't say it on the front, this is called the Book Nook. This store had a pretty surprising amount of physical media right when you first walk in. There's tons of TV seasons, DVD, Blu-ray, quite a selection, to be honest. And even though it's called the Book Nook, the books are kind of the back half of the store, but make no mistake, there is a ton of books. This is a cool little store. Looked like it was like a maybe 90-95% used type of store. There was a handful of new things, but primarily used. But until then, we're continuing to store hop right now. We just got out of the Book Nook. Thoughts?
It was a very cool, interesting store.
It was. It just kind of kept going and going. Good selection of movies. They had, I mean, you saw the video, but Life magazines from the frickin' 50s. I grabbed a couple. So let's show you some of the stuff we grabbed. Start off with Tommy Pickles. April saw this Tommy Pickles from the Rugrats movie, so
I used to have the non-movie versions when I was younger.
Yeah,
All of them, so.
She wanted that, and it was $5.99. That's not bad. Now we'll go through the movies, which everything was priced well. Axel,
I remember when that came out, it's probably bad, but then again, I enjoyed Monster Trucks, and that got torn apart.
Monster Trucks was fun.
Yeah, it was. I'll go with the next one. He Was a Quiet Man. That's Christian Slater. I think I've seen the cover before. I don't know anything else.
Yeah,
but
I don't know anything
this
about
one,
that either.
The Little Stranger. Turn it a little bit so you can... No, I guess it... There we go. Yeah, that was better. So, this was in the horror section. It's a focus feature. It's got Domhnall Gleeson in it. I don't know anything about it. Being a focus feature in the horror section kind of was enough for me. We got Thanks for Sharing. Good looking cast, and it has Pink in it. I didn't know
she was in a movie.
Didn't know she was in a movie.
I love Pink.
And then we got an indicator. What's that one called?
The Kiss Before the Mirror.
It's an indicator of an older movie. I don't have it. I got it. I never saw that one. And then we have 3 Lifetimes. These were $3.99 each, which I thought was pretty fair price. So that one has Shelley Winters on the cover from 1955 or something like that. These are all 50s. This one is Grace Kelly after she was done being an actress and transitioned to being a princess. Also a 50s one. And then the other one, we have Janet Leigh. And then there's going to be an article in there about Tallulah Bankhead. So that's cool. I'm just interested to look through them, seeing like the old ads and stuff like that. $3.99. It's $12 in Life magazines from the 50s. I thought that was kind of cool. So yeah, very cool store. I enjoyed it. Off to our next place.
Don't know anything.
Are y'all getting sick of half-price books yet?
Don't know anything. You don't know anything about me. Once it starts, it never stops. Discipline, it's all I'm not. But not myself, you listening. Why can't I say just what I want? You don't know anything. No, you don't know anything about me. Steady damage, cross the line. Watch me come, clearly defined. Steady damage, cross the line. Watch me come, clearly defined. Chin me up, hold me down, just let me go. There's always more. I want it all, excluding you, losing control. So construed, oh, you don't know anything. No, you don't know anything about me. No, steady damage, cross the line. Watch me come, clearly defined. Steady damage, cross the line. Watch me come, clearly defined. Steady damage, cross the line. All that is done is left behind. Steady damage, cross the line. You had it all, now I got mine. I can't wait to see your face when I make it without you. I'll let you to go your way. You'll never amount to. Get away, get away, get away from me. Get away. You'll never amount to. Get away, get away, get away from me. Get away. You'll never amount to shit.
All right, so that half-price books went pretty well.
It did.
I'm shocked. We've done half-price books in different places. We don't have them in our area, but as we go on vacations, we check them out. The ones here have actually been pretty good. So, show our wet item first. It's still raining. It's a Wonderful Life storybook with the bell.
Illustrated.
Illustrated. It was $15. I freaking love It's a Wonderful Life. So I got it. I'm not a child, nor do I have a child, but I love that movie, so...
I get illustrated books all the time.
Yeah.
Kids related, so.
The rest of this is TV and movies, so we got this cool, like, tin with Breakfast Club, Weird Science, and 16 candles. It's got the full DVDs inside. I thought it was cool. John Hughes movies are great. $12, not bad. I thought it was just a really neat item. Then we've got Send Me No Flowers, Doris Day, super low, you're holding it. There.
Sorry.
There you go. But yeah, Send Me No Flowers. So I had the DVD, now I got the Blu-ray. We got Veronica Mars.
For $3.
$3.
Season 2?
Yep. Some show called
Revolution.
Again, you're there. Up. There you go. And last one.
Completes my seasons of One Tree Hill. I needed season 8.
Yes. All done with One Tree Hill now. So this trip we've caught up and finished One Tree Hill and Bones. Pretty good.
Pretty good. I like that.
Yeah. So because of the rain, it's changed our zoo plan. I mean, the zoo is open.
But it's too rainy to enjoy myself outside.
Yeah. Yep. So we are going to go to a natural history museum?
Yeah.
There we go. A natural history museum. And then we shall go from there. We have to check into our hotel, our current hotel. Maybe we'll do that and then go out
and then
somewhere.
See what else is around and stuff.
See where the night takes us.
Yeah, see what's happening.
Media Mania. This is one of the more intriguing stores we checked out because you walk in and you really are just kind of hit in the face with media galore. But right in here is the movies. And it's an entire room of freaking movies. Like, oh my god. So you're going to see some movies around that are like, why? How do they have that? They had bootlegs. It wasn't all bootlegs, but they had a fair chunk of bootlegs, but like well done bootlegs because they're actually pressed disc ones, but they're bootlegs nonetheless. This entire wall used movies, but yeah, there was a lot there. More and more I kept looking through this store, I was just kind of amazed. Like I said, about there being quite a bit of bootlegs, but there was a ton of not bootlegs. And even, I wish this Ace Ventura, it was more of a set instead of just a bonus disc, because I would have definitely picked that up. I never see like the Ace Ventura animated show on physical media at all. VHS, freaking galore, Laserdisc, there was a substantial selection. This was a very cool store.
Alrighty, we are out of Mania. That store was cool.
It was really cool.
It was cool. There was, I mean, you saw in the footage, tons of movies, tons. There was video games, records, lots of stuff. I actually thought it was kind of cool they had a big bootleg section. How you feel on bootlegs? Up to you. No judgment either way. But I like getting boots if I can for movies that I can't get otherwise.
Exactly. I don't mind getting the boot. If there's no physical release of it, I'm going to get the boot if I'm able to.
And if they ever decide to release a
We'll
real
get the
copy,
real copy.
Yeah.
But for now, we'll have the
bootleg.
Yeah.
So we'll show you what we got. It's not all bootlegs though.
We'll start with the VHS we got.
Yeah, so Roe v. Wade. This is a TV movie apparently nominated for Emmys with Holly Hunter. There are so many TV movies kind of trapped on Laserdisc and VHS that will never probably see the light of day on anything else. I looked that up. I didn't notice a DVD for that. There is a different Roe v. Wade movie on DVD. I didn't notice that one. But anyways.
Fear.
With Mark Wahlberg.
We thought we had this, did not.
Yeah. Show the non-boots first.
We got License to Wed, another one we thought we already owned.
Yep, and didn't. So that's awesome.
And Seven Psychopaths.
Good movie. Good movie. Glad to have that one.
This one.
Death Race. The freaking Death Race 2000. The one with Stallone and David Carradine. And that is a PSP movie. I wanted it out of sheer, like, holy shit. I like that movie, and I can't believe PSP had some wild releases. And the rest are bootlegs.
Okay, we'll start with Argyle.
So, very happy with that. I don't know why it doesn't have a disc. May or may not ever get one.
But until then, we have this.
Yeah. And then the rest of these were 5 for $20, so we got 5.
We got Glass Onion.
Yeah, very cool.
Red Notice.
All streaming movies. Everything we picked up was streaming movies.
Ghosted.
Got
Gray Man.
and
Midnight Sky. All really good movies.
I'm curious, actually. I'm gonna check the disc really quick. I'm curious to see if these are pressed or not. So let's check. So if you guys watched when I did my video when we went to St. Louis for a vacation and meet up with a whole bunch of awesome people, we bought some boots there at a. If you guys remember when we went to Tennessee, I had a bunch of videos up. We met up with a whole bunch of great blue tubers and fellow movie collectors. But there I bought some boots at one of the flea markets. And these were like kind of legit boots, like pressed discs, not just burn discs. Turns out that's what these are too. So theoretically, these are really not much different than what you're going to buy in a store, besides being completely illegal. If you go with that, I mean, it's theft, but it's quality wise is going to be pretty similar. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I already said my stance on bootlegs. Release these on a real, studio disc.
We'll buy them.
I'll buy it, yeah. But otherwise, very cool that this is actually a pressed disc.
The stores right now weren't even really in the plan per se. I worked until 5 o'clock, on Wednesday and Thursday, not leaving a whole lot of extra time. A lot of stores were closing, 7, 8, 9, depending on the type of store, and everything in a drive in Atlanta takes forever. But I got out slightly early the one day, left a little bit of time, so we figured why not check the second in Charles, which took us like an hour to get to. It was only like 16 miles away, but took us like an hour to get to it. Luckily, though, it was worth the drive because April found a pretty decent amount of like TV seasons. She did great with TV seasons on this trip. I didn't do as well with movies as she did with seasons. But, this is just going to be kind of like a hodgepodge of some different shops we checked out during, an unexpected night.
Alrighty, so we're out of Second and Charles. I didn't get any movies, but April did pretty well on
Big stack.
TV seasons. Why don't we run through the seasons that we got? April grabbed them all, so why don't you start?
I got iCarly, Season 1, Volume 1.
Yeah, a lot of the Nickelodeon stuff was done in, like, volumes. So she got another volume of iCarly.
Season 2, Volume 3.
Yeah.
I got Last Man Standing, second season.
Which we don't run across Last Man Standing too often.
And these ones were cheaper than I've ever seen any of them for. And also Last Man Standing, fourth season.
Very cool.
Goldberg, second season.
Which we already had one, I think, right?
Yep. Fresh Off the Boat, season 1.
Don't really run across.
Never saw that anywhere.
Yeah.
That's So Raven, Disguise. And Rules of Engagement, Sealed, season 1.
Pretty good, pretty good. You did well on TV seasons again, babe.
I did.
So now we're gonna head into some video game store or some sort, and then tomorrow we've got a long drive, but we've got a couple of stops planned
To break up the trip.
Yeah, but that's not even the end of the trip too, because at the very end we go to New York City.
Yeah.
It's the
It
trip
just
that
keeps going.
just keeps going.
Hey look, another video game store. I know I'm showing you guys toys and stuff right here, but this is a video game store first and foremost. And we found some pretty cool stuff in here. I actually had a lot of fun video game shopping on this trip, to be honest. I haven't shopped for retro games in quite a while, but I had fun with it.
All right, so we are out of Steel Collectibles, which is a cool little retro game store. No movies inside, but I've been looking for games on this trip too.
And Tim got some games.
I did indeed. I
He
got
Dark Angel for the Xbox.
all original Xbox games here I got.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, who needs, well, I do actually want to play the new Indiana Jones game, but that one is very, very good,
And then we got Jaws Unleashed.
which excited for as well. I think I've already said it, or maybe I haven't said it in this trip, but like the original Xbox has the most nostalgia for me. And yeah, I've just been kind of looking for original Xbox games heavy. So yeah, I'm good trip. One more store to check out, maybe, sorta. We'll see.
This store was definitely a little bit of a sleeper. Again, video game wise, those are rare games. We saw them earlier in my video at the one con, but there is some pretty rare stuff inside that case. This store is I'd say it's like a 30-40% video game store, and then the rest of it is all about like TCG. They had a whole huge area to play. I guess maybe they have Pokemon nights and Magic the Gathering nights. I don't know. We weren't really in there looking at that too much. I looked a little bit at the Pokemon, but I was mainly looking at the video games and an enormous wall of plush that you will see soon. I was like, holy crap, plush is back big time. Did you know that Goodwill has a completely electronics-based store? Because, I mean, now you do, if you saw it on that building. This is called The Grid. I think there's only one of them. It's kind of cool. I've been in... They used to have a prior building that was different, that focused a little bit more towards the games. But this one still doesn't have a shortage of games at all. And I found one of the games I was looking for the most here, so... I thought it was cool. It was a nice little kind of break in our trip, at least. A good little stop-off point. And it's pretty cool for Goodwill to put together a store like this.
I hope you guys enjoyed that video. We had a blast. One of my favorite vacations I've taken. It was very random, but we just kind of touched on a whole bunch of stuff we love. So, thank you for watching all of that. If you watched, if you skipped forward to just the haul part, welcome. We will now dive into stuff that people that watched the whole part, they saw a chunk of this stuff already. But here's a recap of everything we picked up. There will be... This is not in any order of what stores we picked up or anything, because it's a lot and it's kind of all around. And you're going to see a mix of all different types of stuff, even starting with a picture book and a bell for It's a Wonderful Life. Because I love It's a Wonderful Life. And it's Christmas season, so why would I not start with this? So that's really cool. And then we'll just a whole bunch of physical media here. We have I'm Still Here. Grabbed that. We grabbed Fear with Mark Wahlberg. Armageddon Time. I don't know anything about it, but the cast sold me on it. We have Point Blank with Lee Marvin. We got License to Wed. Fun one with Robin Williams that I didn't realize we didn't have. So that's cool. I replaced our copy of We're the Millers, which was, I don't know, something wrong with it. Like, we were watching it, and it started, like, glitching out in spots and just kind of skipping forward. It was in horrible working order, but it looked fine, so I don't know. But it was a cheap movie to replace. These are a couple interesting ones. There's other ones, but it's a bootleg, a DVD bootleg. We got like 5 of these of streaming-only movies, but these are actually pressed discs in here. One of them I have is already opened, and I verified it. They're pressed discs, so they're bootlegs, but they're like good quality boots. So we got Ghosted. We got The Gray Man. I liked The Gray Man. We got some HD DVD here with Army of Darkness, because, of course, we've got Cat People here. We're jumping formats and stuff like crazy in this. Heck, video games are in the stack, so we're going to be all over the place. Which I guess is part of the random fun, right? So yeah, UMDs. I enjoy collecting UMDs. I don't know, brings me back a lot of nostalgia. I loved the PSP. I was in it from day one. I had a lot of movies for it. So I'm not going to go collecting all UMDs. There's a lot. But movies that I really like, I'm going to pick up on UMDs when I run across them, because it's cool. So, Red Eye, along with Zathura, which, if you haven't seen Zathura, it's kind of Jumanji-esque. It's similar people behind Jumanji. Very fun movie, though. And this, I couldn't freaking believe. UMD's got some wild movies. Death Race 2000. This kind of underrated cult classic, stuck in obscurity for such a long time, got a UMD release. I can't imagine why they decided. Maybe this kind of timed with when the heck was the Jason Statham Death Race. I feel like that came after this would have. I don't know. That's cool though. I really enjoy that movie. We've got Roe versus Wade, which is a Holly Hunter movie. Pretty cool. So I looked online. I see no credible DVD release of this at all. And this was a TV movie, hence the Academy Awards down there. So, TV movies, so many of them are trapped on VHS and will never see the light of day on DVD. Like, tons of them. And in the store I bought this from, I was searching for some of them. They had some really obscure stuff in there. But I had never heard of this, but I'm really interested between Holly Hunter, the topic, and a movie that's kind of just probably almost impossible to watch is what led me to buying that. We got some video games next. Vigilante 8. So much nostalgia for me. So much. My favorite genre of video games in this time period was car combat. Stuff like this, Rogue Trip, Twisted Metal, obviously. Loved that genre. And then we've got Pitfall 3D, which is Bruce freaking Campbell is the voice of Pitfall Harry. So, no-brainer. Back to movies with some Doris Day, because obviously I love Doris Day, so that's awesome. We got 7 Psychopaths. Why did I not own 7 Psychopaths? Good question. I have no idea. But now I do. Then back to video game with Starsky and Hutch for the Xbox. I love the original Xbox. That's it's going to be a trend throughout this. We got London Boulevard. Oh, sounded interesting. Hand of Stone. I remember when it came out. Didn't see it though. These were cheap, very cheap. We got The Maid of the Married Man. Or Mind, not Maid. Ugh. The Mind of the Married Man. This was $3.99. It for a complete season of a Showtime? Is it Showtime? I don't know. HBO. It's an HBO show. I don't know. Yeah. North by Northwest Digibook. I mean, obviously I'm going to. I like buying these when I run across them, and it's for an amazing movie like North by Northwest. This one. So, as we're going around to all the game stores, I had one game in mind that was like the goal I was trying to buy. The Thing just got a remaster on the new consoles. The original, the Thing, you know, the movie you're thinking of from John Carpenter, had a video game back in the Xbox PS2 time period. It's this game. It just got remastered, which made me want the original again. I used to really enjoy this game, and now I got it again. And out of all of the places to find this, I found it at the last stop on the friggin' trip. The last. We were already on our drive home, and we stopped in The Grid, which is run by Goodwill in North Carolina, on our way back. And that's where I found it, out of all places. So, that's awesome. For $25 or something? Yeah, $25. I got The Thing. I apologize for this being a hodgepodge of switching between formats and games and stuff, but hey, I'm keeping you on your toes. There's that, right? Because, sticking with games at the moment. We got Dark Angel for the original Xbox. Fun show if you had not seen that. I think I played the game. I believe I played the game. But I definitely watched the show, so that's why I got it. We got Jaws Unleashed, which this one is... Oh, it actually does have the instruction guide. I didn't think it did. So, very cool. Jaws Unleashed. This one is great. Also stemmed off the fact that there's a new Indiana Jones game. A brand new one. Not a remaster, but a brand new one. That's on the Xbox. This is a great Indiana Jones game. It's great. So, super happy to pick this one up again. This one was $35. It is a little bit on the, not rare, but not as common side. Then we've got some TV shows here. We got Bones. We are now done on Bones. That's it. We've got all the seasons. It's really cool when you're collecting season by season randomly. Like you're just, hey, I'm picking up season 2 here. I'm picking up season 8 here. And you fill in those blanks. And when you grab that last season, you find that last one you need. It's pretty cool. And that's what happened with Bones and another show. We've got 2 seasons of Last Man Standing. Good show. So that's cool to run across those. We got iCarly here. We've got Rules of Engagement. Fun show. I don't know if all of the seasons got a release or not, but this is a fun show. This one, I don't know. I was kind of, the cast kind of sold me, but it's Revolution. I feel like I vaguely remember when this came out. I feel like once I start seeing something about it, I'm going to be like, oh, that show. But I think this lasted 2 or 3 seasons we looked up. They are on physical media. It's got Giancarlo Esposito right there. It's got some other people we know, so that's cool. We got 2 books here. Some kids' books, but kids' books that bring back memories. So, like I said, this is all over the place here. Snow Day on DVD. Do not think it has a Blu-ray yet. We got Cry Macho. This is a neat one. This is neat. It's a little damaged, but we didn't pay too much. It's this really cool John Hughes set with Breakfast Club, Weird Science, and 16 candles as like a locker. And wow, it is, it's a little dented. Oh, dumbass me is opening the wrong side. Yeah, open it up, and we've got the full-on DVD editions, the standard ones you would find, but I don't know. It was an impulse based off of, the movies are great, and I really like John Hughes movies, so that's a cool one. And this was unexpected. For some reason, we didn't have any Wonder Years. This is the complete Wonder Years, right here, complete, and it has like a yearbook. I don't know this release, but cool. It was $25 for a great show like the Wonder Years that I can't believe we didn't own a single season of. Why don't we do a little bit of vintage toys, and then we'll get back into the movies and stuff like that. Like I said, we're all over the place here, guys. We've got a vintage Tommy Pickles. This was cheap. This store was pretty cool that it was in. It's in a little rough shape, but again, this was super cheap. It was $5.99. It still is in box. The colors are vibrant enough. It's mainly like this window is kind of punching in, but $5.99 for vintage Tommy Pickles. This made April very happy. So that was a cool one. I got a freaking Street Shark. I got a Street Shark. Oh, God, I've already mentioned on this channel, I love the Street Sharks. Brings back a lot of memories. And I got a vintage Street Shark. I actually ran across several on the trip, which was pretty cool. So I got this, which was really cool. And then we went to this amazing toy store, Second Chance Toys. I could have spent everything we brought at just that place. But we ended up, God, we struggled with what to get. But we did get a Archer, which this is Small Soldiers. So this is the good guy one, Archer. I have to look up if he's complete, but he damn well seems complete. Like, he's got a lot of accessories, and a lot of times they're missing accessories, like a good chunk of the time. So I think he's complete. Again, I got to do a little bit more research, but that's awesome. That is super freaking cool. Really happy with that. Like, we were bouncing between a lot of different things, but we both really like Small Soldiers and thought that was cool. But April and I also really like Power Rangers, brings back a lot of memories. So we've got an in-box Red Ranger still. Do you got, if you're 90s kids, you remember this packaging? You remember this? That's the larger size. This isn't the one that the head flips. This is the more like posable jointed one that's a little bit larger. So cool. And then, because now I want to collect all of these in box. But there's the bad guys, and we did pick up one of them in box as well. How awesome. That's so cool. This store, like I said, I could have spent so much. The vintage Jurassic Park they had, the vintage Ghostbusters they had, all these different franchises from the 90s that kind of came and went. Holy cow. I thought that place was awesome. Here's a little bit in the way of like magnets and whatnot. You know, when you're going to a place that there's only certain types of things you'd come away with. So Georgia Aquarium, we got this cool little magnet and this cute little snow globe, tiny little snow globe. Georgia Aquarium was fantastic. So yeah, two cool little items to remember our time in there. Ohio State Reformatory. There was a lot in there, but I wanted to at least come away with something, and I wanted something to reference Shawshank in a way, but still be Ohio State Reformatory. So we ended up going with this acrylic magnet that's actually pretty nice, but it mentions, you know, Shawshank Redemption and Ohio State Reformatory, so I thought that was a cool magnet. I like. It's just kind of simple. It wasn't expensive, and it kind of works for the memory's sake. April got at the Christmas Story house. Right there is a cell for a film strip cell, along with kind of just made into a bookmark, and then a magnet, which again we wanted something that kind of referenced where it is in Cleveland, or where it is. I didn't want it to just be, hey, this is the, what would it be? This is the house, like, hey, this is the house and it's in Cleveland. Along with, we got a bag, which is really cool. And we got, which I'll make cuts. This sweatshirt, which April wore throughout the trip afterward. Really nice sweatshirt. Again, she wanted something that referenced, that it's in Cleveland. She didn't just want this is the Christmas Story house. Like, she wanted, this is actually the museum Christmas Story house that we went to. Kind of references the attraction. So, that's really nice. So, that's those items. And then we went to the Rock and Roll Hall. Well, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was actually first. But we got this little snow globe ornament, and got it in a cool little Rock and Roll Hall of Fame bag. So that's some of the little memory trinkets, if you want to call it, and then we'll head back into physical media and whatnot. This is a cool physical media item right on the top of my pile. This is Chronicles of Narnia on PSP, which I bought during the trip, and I got it signed by Chris Parnell down there. I love this. This is, honest to goodness, and that's the inside if you care, but this is one of my favorite items of the entire trip. It's one of those, if you know, you know, but being a big SNL fan, and a Lonely Island fan, this put a smile on my face. Talking with Chris Parnell, and just, I love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I was so happy he signed this. He didn't have to sign this. Sometimes people will not sign things that they're not directly affiliated with. Chris Parnell is not in this movie. but there is a reason, and I am so freaking happy that he signed that. I figured he'd be the type that would, but he reaffirmed it. We also have Thanks for Sharing. Don't know, but it has Pink in it. I didn't realize Pink did acting, really, but okay. The Little Stranger, apparently a focus feature horror movie or something. We have He Was a Quiet Man with Christian Slater. Axel. I remember when this came out and just bombed horribly, but Monster Trucks came out and that got ripped to shreds, and one of the worst movies ever. I enjoyed Monster Trucks for what it was. It wasn't aiming to be anything more than what it was. It was silly, dumb fun with the dude that played MacGyver. I enjoyed it. So maybe this will be kind of in that similar vein, or maybe this is horrible. I don't know. We have The Kiss Before the Mirror. This is an indicator release. And here's Midnight Sky. This is a bootleg. This is just like those bootlegs from before. But it's not a burn disc. This is actually a pressed disc. I don't know. They have upped their game when it comes to bootlegs these days. And we got Argyle bootleg, which is cool because this doesn't have a release yet. We got it specifically, first because I actually did enjoy Argyle, but an item that we're going to be showing shortly. Very cool. We got Red Notice bootleg. We got Knives Out Glass Onion bootleg. We got a Veronica Mars season, which shockingly we don't have Veronica Mars. April's finished One Tree Hill. This was it to finish One Tree Hill. So that's 2 shows she completed by just kind of grabbing here and there. We got a Fresh Off the Boat. We've got a Goldbergs. We got another iCarly. We got a That's So Raven. Yeah, all over the place. And then 2 seasons of Mythbusters. You do not see the seasons of Mythbusters too much. You'll run across like those volumes and bests of and things like that. You don't see the seasons that much. I love Mythbusters, so that was awesome. Yes, these two together are like over $50. These were not cheap used copies, but seasons 5 and 6, that is awesome. Like, I love this show. So keeping on the movie train here, we went to a card store, and the card store was amazing. It's called Cards HQ. Freaking absolutely awesome. We've all been kind of getting back into cards again. I love looking for like movie-based autograph cards and whatnot. I had a couple of things in my hand that I was getting. I was going to buy a signed Rodney Mullen card. It was $200. I had that ready to purchase. And I grew up skateboarding, love skateboarding. Rodney Mullen was like one of my favorites. So I really wanted that card. But then I ran across this. And I really wanted to come home with this. So what this is by... it's called The Bar, up in the corner. So it's this little silver, it's an actual silver bar that says The Bar. And this is a 1 of 1. So this artwork was made specifically for this card. So that's just strictly to this. And then these are cut autos in here. This was made after Olivia Newton-John passed. There was no getting her on it officially. What a company like this does, though, is they'll buy official autos and cut them down to put in something like this. So that's what they did. Yeah, it's a little blocked. The rest of her auto would be like under that other part, but for the way that this card is, I guess that's the best way they can fit it. But Olivia Newton-John right there, John Travolta right there, and the back actually shows pictures of these are the exact things they used within here. And then 1 of 1 right there. So I'm the only person with this specific thing. And it is Beckett graded. I love it. This was expensive, but I freaking love it. Grease is amazing. To get this with the 2 leads, one has passed. I mean, I loved it. I knew right away once I saw it. I'm like, I really want to come home with this. So super happy with this. We also have 2 other auto items. I have right back there. Here's a little bit closer video of it, but this is signed by Bryce Dallas Howard from the movie Argyle. Something really cool is that nobody in the line for her had anything Argyle. Nothing at all. And everything was like Jurassic World, which I enjoy Jurassic World, but I like to think different, I guess. So Jurassic World or Star Wars. Those were the 2 things that almost everyone in line had. We had Argyle. We came up to the line with that, and her handler loved it. Absolutely loved that we had that backpack. So what's cool is, so she wasn't cheap. She was 120 or 100, one of the 2, and he gave us a free autograph. So yeah, the handler threw in this 8x10, which this one we got personalized to us, but he loved that we had Argyle. So I thought that was really freaking cool. The fact that we brought a under the radar pick. It probably, I mean, this movie bombed horribly and it didn't get good critical reviews, but like I said, I enjoyed it. It wasn't even on her banner thing. Like, they have a banner behind her that lists like Bryce Dallas Howard from, and then it lists a bunch of stuff. This wasn't even listed, and this is like a pretty new movie. So I found that kind of funny, but had a great time talking with her and her husband. They kind of talked with us about cats and about the movie and stuff. It was awesome. She was awesome. Easily one of the best people we've met at a con. Absolutely awesome time. Then I guess we'll stick on cons at the moment because we got this right here is signed by a chunk of the Psych cast and other people. It's interesting. So we were able to meet the actors and actresses that played Juliet. Yeah, thank you. I was trying to. That's why you need to be. But we were able to meet the actors and actresses that played Juliet, Lassiter, Chief Vic, Woody, Henry, and then we were supposed to meet someone else, but she ended up backing out. Rachel Lee Cook was going to be there, but she couldn't make it. So we got 5 of like the core cast people, and then we also got so there's Barry Bostwick. He was in the musical movie. The dude didn't even remember being in it. I found that kind of funny. There's Ernie Hudson. Yes, I love Ghostbusters, and I met Ernie Hudson and got him on Psych because he played Gus's dad. It's so random. We've got George Takei. Everyone in line is for getting him for Star Trek. And we get him on Psych because he played himself in an episode. So, yeah, random to say the least. But we have plenty of room, and we actually already have tickets to. There's a Psych Con coming up in Philly area. It's in, I think, April. And April's already gotten us tickets for it. That will have Dulé and James Roday, so that's the 2 leads. And then it's going to have the actor that played Buzz, along with a bunch of other people that we're going to, like, fill in even more of this thing. And then, con-wise, Anthony Michael Hall does them all the time. He had a pretty big character towards the end of the show. Then you could throw in, actually, like, the entire Breakfast Club, besides Emilio, was in the show at some point. I get, like, the whole Breakfast Club, but get them on Psych. Like, how random would that be? So I thought that was really freaking cool. Skip forward because there it is. Ooh, I know how I'll transition things. Also at the cons, we ended up getting to go. Also at the con, while shopping around, there was a stand for a company called Zobi, which I've bought from Zobi before. They had a whole ton of awesome autographs sitting around on their walls, like really nicely framed ones. And there was this Angelina Jolie from Gone in 60 Seconds. Angelina Jolie is not one of my favorites. I think she's a good actress, but she's not an actress that I'm like, oh my god, Angelina Jolie. But I love Gone in 60 Seconds. I would never tell anyone that this is like an Oscar-worthy movie or anything like that. But Gone in 60 Seconds, the remake with Nick Cage, is a freaking blast. I love it. Back in those days when you would have to rent the entire channel, you'd basically like pay-per-view and you'd rent the whole channel for like 24 or 48 hours. Like it would just have the movie on like repeat for that time period and you'd get access to that channel. I ended up doing that and watched Gone in 60 Seconds. I don't even know how many times, like, in a row. I love that movie. So to come away with an Angelina Jolie signed picture for Gone in 60 Seconds, I'm absolutely thrilled. Almost everything for her always seems to be the same movies over and over again, and it's Maleficent, it's Tomb Raider, etc. I got Gone in 60 Seconds. I think that's really freaking cool. But to stick on con and then make a segue, I'm learning segues here, guys. When I met Corbin Burnson, though, for Psych, I got him on this Topps card because Major League is a great movie. So I was like, that's really cool. I've been getting into collecting cards again, and Major League is a great movie, and Corbin Burnson's a good actor. So this made a lot of sense. I did pretty okay on cards on this trip because I got more cards as well. I actually got an entire handful, and this. We went to this really awesome store. I think it was called like Operation Fandom or something. It was awesome. It was such a neat store. I felt like if I was to open up a store, it would be a lot like this. It was like part record store. It had cards, it had toys, it had autographs. Like, it was such a freaking awesome store. But I ended up getting a bunch of card and card related stuff. So, loving Buffy, I got this, which I'm not familiar with this at all. It's a photo cards, but like as a card thing. I don't know. I don't know shit about this. I thought that was very, very neat. And then we've got a whole bunch of individual packs of vintage cards, which the more I'm getting into this stuff, you guys will see some card opening stuff on this channel. So the people that do like vintage movie-based cards and all that, you'll see content for that. But we've got a vintage pack of Lion King. Very cool. We've got 2 vintage Buffys, and these ones I believe have possibility at autos. Some things have availability to autos, some do not. Generation Extreme Sports cards. So I'm wondering if there's any like skateboarding ones. We've got Topps New Kids on the Block cards from 1989. That's awesome. We've got 2 packs of Fright Rags cards here. These are new, but Evil Dead and Halloween. Those are neat. We're going back to vintage here with the Munsters. Well, yeah, 1996 vintage. So not original when the Munsters came out vintage, but still. All My Children had cards. I can't believe it. The Transformers, these are new card packs, like just came out. I think you can get autos in them. I think. Not 100%. We've got Raiders. This is an original vintage pack from what, 82? 81 the pack came out. Oh, and then the offer expires inside in 82. Yes, that's cool. You can feel the gum inside too. That's really neat. We've got vintage Jurassic Park. We got, this is a newer one, but Lilo and Stitch. We've got vintage Ghostbusters 2. We've got more vintage here with Alien. You can feel the gum again inside. And we're going to end this off with a barking dog. But we have Little Shop of Horrors is the final card pack we have. And the dog won't stop barking. The other thing I picked up in that store is a 143 scale, I think. I think it's 143 scale. But the Jurassic Park Explorer. Because why the heck wouldn't I pick this up? I mean, that's so cool. I didn't realize this came out. I knew that they were working on putting it out, but I didn't actually know it was out. So I was, of course, getting this. So last couple of items from the trip portion of the haul is some reading material. We got a signed copy of I Was a Teenage Slasher. This is signed by author Stephen Graham Jones. So that's one of the reading material. And then the other reading material, very cool, is some vintage Life magazines. They smell very musty, very old. I thought it was really cool, though. These were pretty cheap. So Grace Kelly in her transition to being a princess. I thought that was a really cool cover. We've got Janet Leigh on the cover. This is June 25th of 1951. Janet Leigh. And then we have, as the final one, if I can switch, we got a Shelley Winters cover. That's super cool, which is February 28th of 1955. I thought those are cool. I thought that was really neat to run across. So that concludes the trip portion of this haul. If you are here strictly for the trip part, thank you so much for watching. Next up, we are going to transition to my haul of everything else that I've kind of picked up. Well, not everything, but a good chunk of the stuff I've picked up since you've last seen me. I guess that's the best way to put it. Okay, so we will dive into now a fair chunk, I should say, of stuff I have picked up since you've last seen me. And like I said, this won't be everything. I have picked up a lot since, and some stuff has already filtered in. I don't remember where I left off, etc. So we're just gonna show a bunch of stuff, and yeah, stuff I grabbed, like this Galaxy Quest. A chunk of stuff came in while I was on vacation, stuff I've had pre-ordered, etc. But Galaxy Quest, super fun movie. I'm glad it's getting love nowadays. We've got Black Phone. I'll open this one up soon. I've already seen the movie, but and I have a steelbook actually of it already. There's a different steelbook. I don't know. I like these type of sets. So we got those. We've got this John Wick set from Titans Occult. This is artwork by Matt Ryan Tobin, one of my favorite artists. So I thought that was really cool. Yet another John Wick that I didn't necessarily need, but I wanted. We've got an import copy of Past Lives. This is such an excellent movie. I loved it. So getting the 4K importing, I was cool with that. I think that's awesome. We've got Arrow Demolition Man, because why wouldn't I? I will probably watch this when we hit outside of the Christmas season. We've got Paris, Texas. I think all these came in actually while I was on vacation. Actually, I ordered some of these while on vacation. Like the Terrifier 3 Steelbook as well. And we've got an Oppenheimer, one of those premium box sets as well. And you might be like, that's everything. No, this is just what I have in my hand. We'll keep this rolling with a really pretty Atomic Blonde Steelbook. Very, very nice looking. We've got the movie Convoy. Again, a pretty nice steelbook. Both of these need protectors on them, like ASAP, though. We've got the Arrow 4K for Invasion. God, I gotta get around to a bunch of these. Like I said, these all came in, I don't know, over a short span, it feels like. We've got A Simple Plan 4K. Really excellent movie. I'm so happy that got a nice release. We got Trick or Treat 4K. This came in after Halloween. I'm not watching it until Halloween time. We've got Shape of Water. This is Greg Ruth artwork. Again, one of my favorite artists. We've got Funny Girl. And of course, the Criterions all came during the sale. Scarface. I Walked with a Zombie. Paper Moon. All sale pickups. Here is a copy of Hush, which I ordered, the one that has the autographed poster from Mike Flanagan, which is really freaking cool as well to get an auto. I already had Mike Flanagan, but to get him on a cool Hush poster, I thought that was neat. We've got The Gift, which is Sam Raimi, so duh. We've got, what is this? Panic in the Year Zero. I don't know. Radiance. Everyone loves Radiance. A lot of their stuff I don't know enough about, but this is Ray Milland directed. I don't know anything about this. Starring Frankie Avalon. I don't know. It just kind of stuck out to me as one of the ones I would get. We got North by Northwest, one of the nice premium box sets for an excellent movie. So that's multiple North by Northwests just over this whole video. We've got a Blair Witch Project. We've got Billy Wilder 1, 2, 3. We got some Richard Pryor and Billy Wilder. Gene Wilder, sorry. We've got some Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor with an Indicator box set. We got some Wizard of Oz. I feel bad so many aren't opened yet with these premium box set ones. You never know if they're going to last. So I end up buying them because I don't know if they'll last. And a good chunk don't last. But then they sit sealed because I already own most of those, a good chunk of those movies. We've got the Terminator 4K, which disc is loose. Shocker. We got the Love Bug. Look, I paid $7 for the Love Bug collection. That's really cool. We got this awesome looking Third Man box set. Look at that. And then, this is just what's in my hands now. We've got Paramount Scares. This got a lot of crap. Like, way too much crap, I felt like. This thing is 4Ks. And I swear, I think I paid, like, I don't know, 52, 53, something like that. I swear I've seen it, like, just at 50 or sub 50. Like, it has been so cheap for 4Ks. For the life of me, I don't understand where the hate came from. Like, is it slightly, like, weird pairings? I mean, yeah, I'm not going to deny that, but, like, value? It's insane, the value. Like, you're paying, like, $12 per 4K or $13 per 4K or something. And then you get the stickers and the magazine and all that stuff. But, like, that's cheap 4Ks. So, like, I thought it was an awesome, overall for the price and everything. Freaking great. I'd like breakdown alone. I'm super happy. But, yeah, I mean, maybe I'm an easy please. Here is the newest Columbia Classics. It's mainly, the Columbia Classics don't seem to be selling out now, but I always get worried because that first one did sell out. So I always make sure that I'm grabbing it because I don't want to not have it because the first 4 have been great. And then this one I was so pumped for. The Frank Capra at Columbia collection. I'm astonished that this thing freaking exists. If I can get it to open more. But it's a mixture of Blu-ray and 4K. A lot of stuff first time to Blu-ray. Lots of 4K upgrade. Like, I am astonished this exists. Something like this existing should be celebrated. I think it's awesome. I think this is so cool that this exists. Frank Capra is a great director, and saving and upgrading movies like this is just worth every penny. Like release of the year type material right here. Freaking awesome. So how about next we'll show some cards, and then we will show quite a bit of autographs as well. So I've got an original pack of Creature Feature cards, which are from what year? These are pretty old. Topps Company. Offer expires in 80, so these are probably like 79 ballpark. Very, very cool. I'll open those at some point. We've got, five packs of Batman cards. Original Batman. Well, Batman Returns original cards. And we've got Topps Now cards in here. So if you're familiar with cards, Topps Now, they'll make like one-off type short print cards with different events or certain athletes, etc. But while the joke of a Tyson and Jake Paul fight happened, I ordered Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, and then I also ordered the slap card, which is on the way. So, and that one could be auto. Probably won't be, but it could be. But I accidentally ordered 2 Tysons, but that's okay. So I got those ones. I thought they were I thought they were neat. Again, I bought them like pre-fight, and the fight was highly, highly disappointing, but it's okay. I already mentioned that I'm a NASCAR fan. We've been getting into a bunch of NASCAR cards again. I'm not going to go showing a bunch of them, but April's favorite driver is Alex Bowman, and she happens to pull multiple Bowmans out of boxes, and it's cool when you pull them. So that's cool. That's an auto with a tire patch. That's a neat one. God, so many cards. I watched all of last season of Dancing with the Stars. I had a blast with it. I thought it was great. I'm a big fan of Alona Mar. Just her personality and everything. She's just awesome to watch. And she was a part of the women's rugby 7 team for the Olympics. I got her signed card from the Olympics pack from Topps. It's a PSA 9. Yeah, it's not a 10. It's a 9, but I thought that was a really cool card to, support. I think she's awesome. We've got a Margaret O'Brien signed card. This is 33 of 50. Again, really nice card. April ran across these. I guess I'm throwing them in the hall purely because we forgot these exist. I've had these for I don't even know, 10 to 15 years. Signed Supernatural cards. I forgot these exist. She randomly ran across these. So while we have had them, the fact that we forgot we had them makes them feel new again. Some other card pickups here. A Tyler Lockett card, signed and with is it, what type of piece is it? Just as autograph memorabilia jersey piece. So got that. We've got, that's from a it's called The Jersey is the type of card, or I think it's called something like that. But they basically take cards and then put swatches in them. Thought that was kind of cool. We've got a graded CJ Stroud along with another graded CJ Stroud. These are both Beckett 9s, which a Beckett 9 is a pretty solid grade. Beckett is very hard to get. At a local card show in our mall, I picked up 2 CJ Stroud cards graded. They are Beckett 9, which Beckett is harder to obtain the better grades. A lot of times a Beckett 9.5 will transfer over to a PSA 10. Beckett is just a little bit harder. But yeah, 2 CJ Strouds. It's really weird. So I already showed you that. So my friend Warren is a Seahawks fan. So we got that. He's been watching football most of his life, I guess. I have been watching NASCAR for 20 years, something like that. I've not really delved into football or any of the stick and ball sports. But I have this year actually started to legitimately watch the NFL. Not just passingly, I'm talking weekly and watching multiple games. And I've actually been really enjoying it now that I've been kind of learning the game a little bit more. And what's funny is I always wonder how people pick teams. Because it's all just arbitrary, I picked that one. And what's really funny is one game, this is probably 3 seasons ago, 2 seasons ago, Deshaun Watson was still the quarterback for the Texans. And I just think I'd randomly, I'll start watching football and I'll pick the Texans. I guess that is who I picked. It's all completely arbitrary. I'm in Pennsylvania and I could theoretically go Pittsburgh or Philly or the Giants. Oh no, why would I pick the Giants? But I could go with one of the other two because they're, that's home. Especially Philly would be the home team the most. But I don't know. It's just kind of a joke. And then I started actually watching. And I legitimately, I like CJ Stroud, and I actually do like the Texans. The game yesterday, which I'll see when I post this, but Tank Dell was doing freaking great for the team, and I'm wondering where they would have been if he didn't get injured. He got horribly injured. It's going to be a long road to recovery for him, and he was a big part of that team, man. Big part of that team. So, yeah, the Texans are my team. I'm in Pennsylvania, nowhere near Texas, but a joking pick of the Texans led to me actually picking the Texans. How the heck do you guys decide your teams? Is it just, a random pick, or is it family, or it can't all be geographical, because there's plenty of people, even in my area, that are like Chiefs fans and have been Chiefs fans since before they started to become freaking good. Plenty of Patriot fans, plenty of fans of different teams in all geographical areas. So I always wonder about that, but I guess I kind of know because I just randomly picked a team. We also have 2 Pokemon cards, what's cool is one is, this is Japanese, that's Chinese. These are both CGC 10s. It's cool. There's like CGC grades, there's Beckett, there's PSA, there's all these different companies. And we're kind of diving into a little bit. So card collecting has actually been pretty fun so far. I've really been digging it. But a lot of that stemmed from us collecting in the past and autographs. So why don't we dig into some autographs? All right, so my autograph stuff's going to be kind of all over the place on what came in on what. A lot of these were different from different companies and etc. We'll go with this one though. This is from a thing called Evil Envelope, which was from I want to say CSR Collectibles. But we have I Want My Cake. I don't remember the actor's name at all. You would find out if you looked up the JSA, but I don't remember. That's from one of the Texas Chainsaws. This was a mystery envelope, so mystery means it can go any which way. But we've got this cool, like, hollow foil thing. That's the Terrifier dude. The Terrifier dude. Yeah, this one aimed more at my friend Warren than me. And then this one, I do love Gremlins. It's not the actor I would have thought necessarily, but it's Michael Winslow that does does voices. I get he did voice work for this, but I would have wanted him more in like Police Academy than Gremlins. But I can pretty easily add Joe Dante and Zach Galligan. Like, I can add to this pretty easily, and that's probably the route I'll take to kind of fill it in a little bit more, because as a one auto, that's not really the one auto I would get on Gremlins. Some of these I can't remember if I showed or not. He still does them, but Primetime Signatures does like these mystery boxes and stuff, and they're kind of like on a break now, but we ordered them quite a bit, and these are some of the ones we got in. Like, we got a Jason Momoa. Sure, kind of cool to get Jason Momoa, but I'm not really a, superhero guy too much. We got Gary Oldman right there from Dracula. That one's pretty cool. We got Annette Bening. We've got James McAvery. Jesus, trying to think of his name. And then we've got 2 more here. Amanda Sternberg, or however you pronounce her name. I liked her in other stuff. I thought Hate You Give was really great. This is for that Star Wars show that everyone hated. So, sure. And then that is Matt Bomer from the newer Texas Chainsaw. That was like Netflix or whatever. A couple of those, I gotta take or leave. But like Annette Bening and Gary Oldman, that's pretty awesome. Here is gonna be some really cool ones though, like ones I was thrilled with. I am so blanking on. I think this was actually CSR Collectibles as well. They had like this massive box, like a horror-based box, but this one was excellent. I paid like, it's like 500, I think, something like that. We got a Creepshow 2 with so many of the major names that matter attached to that. Like, you see a freaking Tom Savini on there. That's cool as hell. We've got Nightmare on Elm Street 2, which I'm glad that it's starting to get some more love, but you know, that's a pretty great one to get two of the leads right there. If I could get Robert Englund on that as well, like, damn, that would be great. So I was super happy with that. And then this is another auto. The one con we went to, Sean William Scott was supposed to be there. He didn't end up going. I was planning to get him on this as well, which is signed by Lulu Wilson. It would have been cool to get him, but I have it now for the future if I do get him. And while this is not an auto, I am going to show this because it will have an auto someday. I also like the idea of buying props, like not just replicas, but like actual props. Mary Louise Parker was supposed to also be at that one con. She didn't end up making it. I have this for the future for if she does. This picture, and I have the frame as well. I took the picture out for the sake of autographing. But this inside the frame is an actual prop from the show Weeds and sat on the dresser in her bedroom in the show. So this was in the background of the actual show, just not just like a replica. Like this actual thing was on the set. That's cool. So I do plan to get her to sign that in the future, and that's it in this portfolio, and I've got more. So in that same big box, we also got right there from Army of Darkness. I thought that was a cool little, I guess, like throw in. I don't necessarily know that I would have bought her auto separate, but that was a cool little one as an extra. Separate thing from, I think it was Icon Autographs. They had a like $50, but it was actually, that was $50 Canadian. It actually equaled to less, but I ended up getting a Chevy Chase right here for Christmas Vacation, and in it also had for Mighty Ducks, one of the kids. I don't remember which one. So that's some of the 8x10s, but since I spoke on Chevy Chase, and then it's going to lead into one of these other things, there was a mystery box for Primetime that they do each year, and that was another like $500 box, and in it had this, which is iconic, and it's signed by Chevy. So I went from not having any Chevy to now having two Chevys in like a pretty short span, which is pretty cool. So that's of course awesome. And then I will show the other autos that came in that box, which was pretty good. So we've got Paul Bettany. That's neat, because Paul Bettany is a good actor. I wouldn't want this to be a full-on Vision. Yes, this is still him as Vision, because this is from WandaVision, but I like it, the like sitcom look. So that's a very good one. Like if I was going to get a Paul Bettany, that is a good Paul Bettany to get. We've got Michael Douglas on an 11x14 for Wall Street. How sick is that? Freaking Michael Douglas. I mean, an icon. That's awesome. We've got, I'm not a Johnny Depp fan, really. Never have been. I don't dislike him, but he's kind of just there. But if I was going to get Johnny Depp on anything, I think Captain Jack Sparrow will be like the role to get for me. So that's pretty cool. That is, out of all the different things, like I don't like Edward Scissorhands. So to not get Edward Scissorhands and instead get, Pirates, very cool. And we've got Billy Bob Thornton, Bad Santa. I mean, one of the most iconic Billy Bob Thornton roles out there. So that is some more. And then I've got, I think, one more portfolio to show you some autos. And then we're about done with the autos part. All right, so these are some of the last ones. All right, part of the not the primetime $500 box. This is that CSR one. This is where like the bulk of the really amazing. So I already have an Evil Dead one sheet that's signed by most of the people that I can honestly get. But I now have a separate thing with Tom Sullivan, who did makeup for Evil Dead. That's awesome. That is a really cool auto. This is freaking fantastic. Creature from the Black Lagoon. Both of them have passed since. This is not a cheap one to get. That's absolutely incredible. And then I'll go back to the one, but that's Fede Alvarez right there for Alien Romulus. And then the most badass one to get, in my opinion, is this The Thing. That's signed by 6 people for The Thing. 6! That's incredible! When I saw that, I was like, holy shit. That is one of the neatest autographs I think I've gotten. So, yeah, awesome autographs. Maybe I even got some other stuff. Well, I did get this Ty West popping up on screen. This was a send in I did a while ago. This just came in the mail. So there is also that. So one last thing to kind of finish it all off. Finish it off with some Lego. Warren and Jess bought us Lego for Christmas and gave it to us a little early. So we've got Simba, which that's April's, and then mine is Jaws. So those are awesome. Looking forward to setting the Jaws one up somewhere to display. But
this is voiceover Tim during the edit because I forgot stuff. Here's a copy of White Christmas. Picked up the 4K. Should have shown that. We got the Beetlejuice Steelbook. This was, I think we got it at Walmart. But we got that as well, along with that new Stir of Echoes, which is a beautiful looking copy. That is Phantom City Creative that did the artwork. Really happy to get that one in. I got 2 more signed cards. Well, 1 more signed card, 2 older cards. Both of these people that you're going to see, they were Olympic athletes first. The one you just saw, Esther Williams, was a swimmer. And now this one, she was a figure skater. Both of them won gold medals in the Olympics. And then both of them became actresses. I thought that was really cool. Then we have, this is an actual coin for actress Anna Mae Wong. This is a graded coin. I thought that was really cool. And then in here, I have a Topps Now for the slap with Tyson and Jake Paul, which unfortunately I didn't get the autoed card, but it is what it is. Right now we've got, what is it called? Crystal Head Vodka, I think is the name of it. But it's owned by Dan Aykroyd, and that bottle is signed by Dan Aykroyd. And it didn't really cost that much. It was like $56. And then in that same order, I ordered this, which is signed by the band All Time Low. Really random. Really random. And then you see a kitty cat because, you know, I interrupted her in her area, I guess.
that's it. That is it. So I don't know which parts of this video you watched, hopped around, skipped to the end, whatever. I thank you for any of it that you did watch. I thank you for being here. I hope whatever you watched you got enjoyment out of. If you comment anything, thank you very much. I will try to comment back when I can. And yeah, this is a long video, guys. I don't know how many videos I'm going to do this long. But yes, thanks again, and I will see you in the next one.